speak honestly, had a difficult upbringing and really didn't feel safe in my own body. I had to go into my mind. I'm very grateful for that because it led me to storytelling. But then you can't live your whole life like that. So I was working with different modality of somatic release. And then I met Jessie, and she introduced me to dream work, which is probably the most vigorous way of working with your subconscious and also the collective unconscious. And so from earlier on, we knew, like she said, this woman right here and that woman 500 some years ago, physically hasn't changed that much. Maybe a little like distracted by cell phones and stuff. but when you still feel the same pain giving birth, you still feel the same heartache when the man you love has to leave. So the idea is drop into the body and the unconscious to try to open a channel between her and Agnes, between Emily and Mary, and the brothers to Hamnet. And so then when we're on set, they can be as present as possible. And so sometimes breathing, our version's a lot more rigorous. At the Shakespeare's Globe, we would spend 15 minutes before each take and just play Max Richter, always helps. and then dropped all the audience together back into their body, and actually we feel truly that we're not that different from each other once we're in our body.
And Emily, Noah, Jacobi, what was that practice like for you as actors? Had you done that sort of thing before, or was this new in terms of Chloe's practice?
Answering this question makes me feel very nervous in a way that I don't usually in this situation, simply because Chloé invited us on a journey which was just honest and asked us to take a journey inside ourselves to see how we were present in this story. And I had a lot of connectivity with Shakespeare already. I think I stopped the show at the RSC when I was about 7, laughing so much at Judi Dench's
Really?
Much Ado. Yeah. And
You grew up with
my
Shakespeare.
first job was at the RSC. I met my husband there. My daughter's called Juliet. My husband's family are from Stratford-on-Avon. I have a lot of connections there. So when the dream work lady asked me to, where do I connect with this? It was a very profound experience for me. It added to the fact that I was there to be beside my very good friend and support her through all this that you've just seen. So I don't really know what the question was or what the answer was. But it meant so much to me just to be in the room.
Jacobi and Noah, can you talk a little bit about what being on set, working with this group of actors and working with Chloé was like?
Definitely one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. We were all just a family on that set, honestly. It was just so special, when I first met Jessie and Paul and Olivia and Bodhi, we all did a dream work session where we all lay on the ground and we would listen and use our senses to feel each other almost, and then after that we were a family. We were just connected, and that really helped on set.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I was getting a tad bit jealous because I was working on another job, and Jacobi would call me and be like, "Today we all connected, it's so spiritual," and I was there and I was like, "This sounds fucking great, what's going on?" And then, luckily enough, one day I get a call from Jacobi and Chloé, and they say, "Do you want to play Hamlet?" And that was, no brainer.
Chloe actually tried to surprise me, but there's no surprising me. I did like an investigation to try and find out.
Chloé, I want to ask you, and maybe the actors can jump in as well, about conveying grief on screen. It's not like some other emotions, anger, sometimes it's just, acting outwards and there are actions associated with some emotions, but grief is a tougher one, I think. Can you talk about how you came up with how to shape anger through the performances of your actors? Pardon me, grief, yes.
I think everyone, I'm sure some of you feel that tightness in the chest. It's unfortunately in our society that tightness just stays there. It doesn't have a place to be expressed, and sometimes it's even shamed. And I think I made, in many ways, every single of my film is about grief. It's about losing something that is incredibly important to someone: dreams, home, purpose, faith, loved ones, community, a child, love. And so life is incredibly difficult because, according to the law of nature, seasons will change. All those things I just mentioned are achievement. Everything we try to hold on to, our work, our passion, dreams, loved ones, ourselves, and maybe us as a species. We're born and we will die one day. And all living things must die, passing through nature to eternity. How do you hold that tension and still keep your heart open and live? Through making this film, and I also was experiencing my own heartbreak and heartache while making the film, I came out of it truly believing there is something that doesn't die. And we know scientifically energy doesn't. And you can also look at it as that love does not die, it transforms. And I think we hold on to that every day. It doesn't matter how much pain we're feeling in scenes, we try to alchemize that. And that's something every one of you and us can do. It's not just William Shakespeare. Sometimes we've just forgotten